What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and today we're going to be talking about PlayStation 4 firmware version 3.50, which should be hitting your PlayStation 4 on the publishing date of this video, April 6, 2016, and it does have some pretty major changes, which is why I am making a video on it. Of course, there are always so many firmware updates rolling out for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 that some of them aren't even worth talking about. However, the amount of changes coming to your system in PlayStation 4 3.50 are significant enough that I felt they were worth talking about here in a video of their own. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So what exactly does the new firmware system, codenamed Musashi, hold for your system? First off, the ability to appear offline while having full access to the PlayStation Network, which for me is a feature that is going to be very, very useful because we all have some clingy friends or perhaps some online fame or something along those lines that kind of prevents you from enjoying your gameplay experience to the fullest unless you turn off notifications on your system completely. And of course, sometimes you just want to log on and you don't want anyone to know you're there, so you can just enjoy your game in peace. This is the option for you guys because you still have the ability to use everything on the PlayStation Network while just appearing to be offline. Now, next up, the friend online notification is seeing some changes. Of course, on the PlayStation 3, you automatically saw when anyone would come on and offline, and it could get a little bit old after a while, and the PlayStation 4's notifications have been a little bit hit or miss so far. However, with this new 3.50 update, you can actually go to a specific friend and turn on notifications for when that person does come online, and I personally see this being very useful for those that have, say, 2,000 person friend list. Whenever you want to see 5 of your closest buddies come online, you can just select those 5 people, and then the rest of them just kind of get lost in the weeds, which is for the most part where you want them to be. Next up, you can actually schedule an event, and for me, this is for those that are really into their nightly gaming sessions with their friends, or perhaps if you were playing Destiny, you had a certain raid time every single week. Say you went on a raid at Saturday night at 8 p.m. You could actually set that date, set that time, and whenever everyone is online, it automatically puts you all in a party so you can jump right into the game, which just kind of cuts out a couple of steps along the way to get from joining a party to linking up in the game and then jumping right into the game. It just kind of cuts down the number of steps from point A to point B. Next up, another change to the party system called Play Together, which I think is a pretty awesome change. So pretty much before, you could have people in your party, but if you wanted to link up with them in-game, you would have to go to your friends list, find them, and then join them through that particular method. Now with Play Together, you literally go into your party and you can see what everyone is playing. You can select somebody and join the game with them. That way, kind of like the one I mentioned before, it just cuts down the number of steps from point A to point B when it comes to linking up with your friends within the game. Now, last but not least is a pretty awesome feature that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for, and that is remote play with your PlayStation 4 through PC or Mac. Now, remote play has been a pretty big headlining feature for the PlayStation Vita for a very long time, and the fact that this feature is coming to the PC and Mac kind of leads a lot of people to assume that this is pretty much the end of the actual utility for the PlayStation Vita, and I have to say that I disagree with that. I feel like remote play still has a place on the PlayStation Vita, and I feel like the Vita itself is a pretty awesome system, but that is all beside the point. How does remote play on PC and Mac work? Number one, there will be a link in the description box down below where you can head over and download the software that is going to allow you to link up with your PlayStation 4 on your PC or Mac, or if you wanted to go ahead and visit the blog post over at blog.us.playstation.com and get the link through that particular way, you can also do that, but pretty much it allows you to stream your PlayStation 4 gameplay to your PC and plug in a DualShock 4 through a USB connection and play your games over the internet, which is a great feature to have, especially if you are hooked up to a TV in your home that someone else might want to use for, say, Netflix or TV, or you actually had to give it up for a younger sibling to play Wii U or something like that. You could still play your PlayStation 4 over your internet connection without interrupting your personal gameplay. Now, one cool feature of this edition is that it allows you to tailor your quality based on your internet connection. Now, as far as resolutions go, you got 360, 540, and 720. I'm not sure why they skipped 480, but it's nice to see that 540 is higher, and that happens to be the standard resolution that it does start at. That is the default, so to speak. Now, as far as frame rates go, there are 30 frames a second and 60 frames per second options, but the standard being 540p and 30 frames per second. So pretty much depending on how the quality of your internet connection is, you could potentially be streaming your PlayStation 4 gameplay to your PC at 720p and 60 frames a second, which I have to say, since it is being streamed over the internet, is a pretty good, quality connection to have and a pretty quality gaming experience if it does end up working well. So there you guys have it. That's about all you need to know for the PlayStation Update version 3.50 coming to your PlayStation 4 today, April the 6th, 2016. Now, if you did have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try to get to them as fast as I can. Of course, you can always check that description box down below, and it will take you directly to the PlayStation blog post where most of your questions will probably be answered if this video did not suffice. But for those that are new to the channel, be sure to head over and check out some of my other content, upload videos throughout the week, and I stream live on twitch.tv/PrettyChillGuy311 every single Saturday night. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. Enjoy that firmware update, and be sure to try out that remote play and let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.